Hey, love. Welcome back to IFS Enlightenment Snacks. I'm Shankari, your Wild Wisdom Guide. Today's episode is called Be the Voice You Want to Hear. And if you're listening right now, feeling overwhelmed, maybe even collapsing, like you're stuck in that doom scroll trance, or you can't quite find the thread back to yourself, I want you to know you are not broken. You're not failing, and you're not alone. There's a kind of tired that isn't just personal, it's collective. A lot of our nervous systems are carrying what you might call a hangover from what's been happening on the world stage. Like your body keeps scanning for danger, even when you're just trying to make breakfast or answer an email. If that's you, just take a breath with me. There's not anything to fix. Just be here. Some of you are in grief. Some of you are in hopelessness. Some of you are in that tunnel where you can't see the light yet. And maybe there's a part of you that's saying, I can't do this. What's the point? I should give up. I should disappear. Or if I'm visible, it's not safe. If any of those lines land with you, I'm right here with you. By the end of this episode, I want you to feel held by something larger than your personality and your mood. I want you to sense, maybe for the first time today, that you already have presence and compassion within you. Not because you earned it, but because it's already here. And I want to give you a simple practice, something you can do in the middle of real life to shift your seat of awareness without having to fix your feelings first. So let me take you into a moment from my own life. A few weeks after I launched this podcast, January 5th, 2026, I was on vacation at the beach. It was just a couple weeks ago. And I was having breakfast with a friend. We were sitting by the ocean. You know that feeling, salt in the air, the horizon wide. We were sharing honestly, and we were speaking in the language of parts, that internal family systems. I told her about what I had been moving through me, December and January, grief and a bit of depression. Because in the last 6 months, 3 of my family members had died. It started with my brother, and then my aunt, and then my uncle, and he died right before Thanksgiving. And that weekend, his celebration of life was happening. And my sister was able to go and join my family, but I couldn't make it. So there was grief, and also that ache of not being with family. And then there were other parts of me, parts that were doubting what I was doing, doubting this new podcast, doubting my worth. And these parts of me were whispering, who do you think you are? Don't put yourself out there. What if you're disappointed? What if you find out you don't actually have worth? And underneath that was a deeper protector, a protecting part that holds this extreme belief that some of these exiled parts have carried for a long time, since I was a child. I remember when this all happened. And that belief, this extreme belief, is if you're visible, you'll be killed. A real existential threat. Like visibility equals danger. Like being seen equals ceasing to exist. And there I was by the ocean, sharing all of this, all of these parts of me. And I could feel how my body had been slumped, like my system was heavy from carrying all of these stories. And then something happened. In the middle of speaking, after letting these parts of me be seen, heard, and validated, a sentence arrived. Not as a pep talk, not as a strategy, but as a truth rising up within me. And it landed in my body like a North Star that I could follow. I need to be the voice I want to hear. I said it out loud and I repeated it. I need to be the voice I want to hear. And I felt my spine straighten, like something in me sat up, like clarity returned to the center of my body. Not because the grief disappeared, not because the fear vanished, but because self-energy took the wheel. And I could feel, oh, this is who leads, my self-energy. In IFS, we say we have parts, protectors and exiles, and then we have self. Self is not a part. It's the deeper presence within you, the place of clarity, compassion, connectedness, calm, and courage. And here's what I want you to really hear. Your protectors are not the enemy. That collapsing part, it's trying to protect you from overwhelm. That doom-scrolling trance, it's trying to numb the intensity. That self-doubt, it's trying to protect you from disappointment, from the heartbreak of, maybe I don't matter. And that visibility danger protector, it's trying to protect you from annihilation, from ceasing to exist. When we fight our protectors, they don't relax. They get louder. And when we make space for them, when we listen, something else becomes possible. And I also want to widen the lens for a moment, because it's not just you or me. There's been a lot of collective intensity recently. A lot of nervous systems are in need right now. And when the collective is charged, when there's shock, horror, grief, fear, division, even if you live a quiet life, your system can still feel the ripples. So if you've noticed yourself collapsing or scanning or feeling more tender, more reactive, it doesn't mean you're regressing. It can simply mean your nervous system is responding to the environment. And in times like these, one of the most radical things we can do is to stop abandoning ourselves, to come back, to tend the body, to remind ourselves and our parts, I am here with you. I am with you. To become the voice we want to hear. Here's the key teaching today. You don't have to fix your feelings to shift your seat of awareness. You don't have to become positive. You don't have to get over it. You don't have to force calm. You can let grief be here and still orient to presence. You can let fear be here and still allow self to lead. This is that shift from ego identification. That voice that says, I am this despair, I am this fear, I am this doubt. And this shifts into awake awareness. I am the one who can notice the despair and be with it. And when you're in awake awareness, otherwise known as self-energy, something natural unfolds. Clarity, compassion, connectedness, freedom. not as a performance, but as your true nature. A few days after that breakfast realization, I received a tarot reading for the month of February, and that mirrored what I'm saying in such a grounded way. It basically reflected, for me, nothing about December or January was random. My system was doing something intelligent. And it named this collision so clearly. Grief brings contraction. Visibility asks for expansion. So if you're grieving and also trying to speak, share, create, show up, your nervous system can experience internal friction like mine was. This is not weakness, it's biology. And the line that really stayed with me from my reading was the distinction between naive positivity and something deeper, mature optimism, earned steadiness, regulated forward movement that includes grief without being swallowed by it. And that's what Be the Voice You Want to Hear felt like for me. Not bypassing grief, but integration, a leadership decision. So now I want to guide you through a practice. It'll be a few minutes, and it's a blend of shifting into awareness and then offering one of your protectors a new voice. As always, make this your own. If anything I offer doesn't feel right, skip it, modify it. And if you're driving, please keep your eyes open. Ready? All right. First, let's start body-based. If it feels okay, bring attention to your feet. Just notice contact. The floor, the ground. Let your feet be heavy. Now, notice one point of support beneath you. A chair, a bed, the earth. Let it hold some weight for you. And you could allow your eyes to soften or lower your gaze. And very gently orient to the space that you're in. Without forcing anything, just notice a sound you can hear, a shape you can see, a sensation you can feel. And as you do that, see if you can sense there is awareness here. Something that can notice sound and sensation and breath all at once. No need to find it. Just notice that noticing is already happening. Now, bring to mind the part of you that has been most activated lately. Maybe it's the collapsing part, or the doom-scrolling protector, or the self-doubt, or the part that's afraid visibility isn't safe. You don't have to go deep. Just let one part come into view, come into focus. And see if you can name it gently. Ah, something in me feels overwhelmed. Or something in me wants to disappear. Or something in me is scared. Now, without trying to change it, offer it one thing: presence. You might place a hand on your heart or your belly if that feels okay. And inside, you might say softly, I'm here. I'm listening. You're not alone. Let that land like warm water. Not to fix it, just to be with it. Very gently ask this part, what are you afraid would happen if you didn't do your job of protecting me with these thoughts, these extreme beliefs? And then pause. You might get words. You might get an image. You might get a body sensation. Whatever comes is welcome. And if you notice the answer is intense, like I'll be killed, or I'll be humiliated, or I'll be abandoned, just acknowledge it. You could say, thank you. That makes sense. Now, ask one more question. What are you trying to protect? Again, wait. And when you sense even the smallest bit of the protector's care, the reason it's working so hard, let it be honored. And now, offer the voice it wants to hear. Maybe it sounds like, I get why you're doing this. You've been carrying so much. I'm not going to abandon you. We can go slowly. You don't have to disappear to be safe. We can take one small step together. And just choose a sentence, one that you wish someone would say to you. A sentence that carries truth and tenderness, and repeat it slowly to that part, 2 or 3 times. Now notice, do you feel even 1% more space? Even 1% more breath? Even 1% more uprightness in your spine? If not, that's okay. The practice still counts because you showed up. And now, gently come back to the space that you're in. Notice the support beneath you again. Notice your feet, a sound, a sensation. And when you're ready, let your eyes open or lift your gaze. So, what we just practiced is a shift in the seat of awareness. You didn't have to fix your feelings. You didn't have to argue with the protector. You simply became present, and you offered a different inner voice. In IFS language, that's the beginning of self-leadership. It's self-energy, clarity, compassion, and steadiness, showing up with the parts, not against them. Before we close, I want to offer 3 reflection questions. You can journal these or just sit with them for a moment. What part of you most needed your voice today? If that part could receive one sentence from you, what would it be? What shifts when you stop trying to fix it and simply stay with it? And if it helps, remember this. You don't have to eliminate doubt. You don't have to erase grief. You're choosing who leads. That self-energy. And if you'd like support practicing this with your own parts, especially around overwhelm, collapse, or visibility, I do offer one-on-one sessions. You can find the link in the show notes at wildwisdom.com/linktree. No pressure, just an open door. Thank you for being here with me today, for allowing me to share my story about what's been going on with me. If you're in the tunnel, I'm holding a light with you. And also, I'm reminding you, the voice you want to hear is already within you. Until next time, be gentle with your nervous system and keep choosing the voice of self.